Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another Ford Mustang PCM here with O2 sensors, air conditioning, and also stalling concerns. This time is coming from Georgia, Cody Williams. This is your computer. All right, so what you will see on this video is going to be a short test before the repairs where I reproduce the customer concerns or try to reproduce the customer concerns. In order to do that, as you see, I have the computer right now open because I know that it needs to be repaired for sure. And I have the scanner connected. I also will add a multimeter so we can see the fiber reference in the sensor ground to make sure the computer is not shorting out internally, because sometimes when it's a short under the board that cannot be repaired, it shorts out the fiber reference while I'm doing the activations for the signals. And that is a hint that I always I have actually narrowed down to then tell the customer, we need to get you another computer. This cannot be repaired. But let's do the test. So let me move you over to the next capture, which is completely out of focus. So give me one moment. That was just because I had that light in there. All right, so I have multiple videos of these computers, so I can put a link to one where you will be able to see the whole remove of the components, the wire diagram, and order explanation that I do in a longer type of video. I don't usually do those in all the videos, so I don't make you stay here for the same thing. But I can put those links in there if you're interested and see how I do my tests in here, where I do connect all these test lights, which I'm going to tell you. These two test lights are for the downstream O2s. Those two right here are for the upstream O2s, bank 1 and bank 2. And this test light right here is instead of the AC compressor clutch relay. All right. Let me put the scanner and the meter that I tell you. Okay, the computer is powered up. And I have done the tests, obviously, to make sure the computer really needs to be fixed. When the computer is repaired or is good, let's say, the computer, when I do, let me go back into the menu. I'm right now on the menu of fault code. So let me actually go back one more time. So let me see actuation. Yeah, this is, let me actually get completely out. This is after the scanner reads the VIN number. You can see the VIN number on the bottom. It says 85169206. And you can see that those matches here. That's auto ID. It's a 2010 full CAN bus communication, high-speed CAN bus. So no issues on that. I entered the computer, which now we got all the fault codes in there. Obviously, not much is connected to it. So this is loading the scan menu or the scanner menu itself before we go into here. So there is different ways to do that, especially with this scanner. I'm using the top-down Phoenix Max. It has a lot more bidirectional controls than any other scanner. I can go into actuation tests. Again, output test mode. In this order menu, I select output test mode. And when I do the output test mode, then I can cycle the AC compressor clutch only, because the O2 sensor don't run in that test, on and off. So we can see, let me just make sure, well, we can see now that it's not coming on. And this should be on right now. Let me just 1 second. Yep, everything is actually powered up. Yeah, so this should have been on. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's perfect. What we just captured in there. You see, the whole time this test was on, but that didn't come on. So this is an immediate problem. We are reproducing the customer concern because I didn't do nothing to switch. The only thing I was doing is because I'm waiting for my postal service man to pick up the boxes, and I was putting the screen on that iPad because it's almost, well, it's actually already lunchtime, 12 p.m. and he has not come. But yeah, so I can turn it off, and I'm going to show you if I turn it back on. Probably, you see now it's immediately on, and it wasn't. So definitely we can immediately see that this is failing. All right, but you can see that the rest of the test lights are not coming on. So the way to do those, I go over to the fault code menu right here where it says read full code in the upper right corner of the scanner. I click on that, and I'm going to do, this is very unique to Ford, key on engine off self-test. So when I do that, that will actuate all the O2 sensor heaters and also the AC clutch relay. When it's doing that, the AC clutch should stay on, and this light should flicker, stop, and then flicker, 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 stop, flicker, and then go off. That's all of those four. So let's see what it does. You see, only two just did, which is the downstreams, but the rest is not flickering. The test light, you see, it took longer to come on. That should have been all the time. And we have these two actuated, but the upstreams, no. Now let's see what fault codes are being populated. So let me make sure I scroll to, yep, okay, right here. P0135, P0155, it says heater circuit error, bank 1 sensor 1, heater circuit error, bank 2 sensor 1. So it looks like the downstreams are kind of working okay, at least in these tests, very short tests, but I can definitely immediately reproduce Cody's concern. So what I'm going to do next is the repair that I was referring to. I'm going to put the computer in a hot plate to bring the temperature on the entire board to a safe condition so I can remove that component or those components, do my repairs, and then come back and do the same test where you will see if everything goes successfully, everything now working as it's supposed to. All right, so let me stop the video. I will probably come back where I will show you at least the computer install on the hot plate, and because this is something I'd like to show in every repair for, especially for Cody, that he can see that I'm actually doing the repairs on his computers. That's the only four that I have today to work on. I have other computers that are coming after this one for sure because I'm really busy. Thank you guys all for your support. If you're here in the channel, please don't forget to subscribe. That really helped my small business ginormously, because every time you do that, it's for free. YouTube promotes more and more my videos, and that's how you find me. So please, if you're here and you have not subscribed, please do so. That really will be appreciated. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Hi guys, as I promised, this is now the computer in the hot plate. I'm using JBC frame. I'm not using the IR hot plate that I have from JBC2 because it's very bulky, and also it takes a lot more power to get it to a normal temperature. So I'm using the Hakko preheater. This actually is it's actually really good. It has two zones that I can turn on and off, and this one is the FR87 0B, in case you're looking for something like this. Very, very nice. It only has one thermocoupler, but for this it's perfect because I need to just get the computer into safe, again, temperature to work on it. And what you see here is not regular tape. This is called Captain tape. Captain tape is very good. It holds, or it can withstand high temperatures when I'm using my hot air gun to remove the components, and I don't affect the little components that are around. So I always start with the ICs, and then I replace all the capacitors and diodes last, because those are not that critical as far as keeping the board in a temperature. These ones, they can just be broken off of the board pretty easy with just a hot iron, or the hot iron. I don't need to use the hot air for that. But when I'm replacing ICs, which in this case is here, 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 and here, those I usually then get the temperature across the entire board ready. I usually, like I said, I start with one, then I move along. I don't go into everything at once because it's difficult to put tape everywhere. So I focus my areas into one, move to the next one, and next one, and then come back to do the capacitors and diodes, which are, like I said, everything is in stock in here, and we will do the test after. All right, guys, so I'll be right back. Right now we're in 140 degrees. We're reaching 220. That's the temperature that I put my hot plate on it. All right, guys, and well, I can actually show you right now. The hot plate is showing 148, right, the thermocoupler, and that is pretty accurate. 144 Celsius. Sorry, Fahrenheit. So right now it's in 153, 154. So it's reading exactly. I mean, what I have in there is reading right here. So pretty good thermocoupler. All right, guys, I'll be right back. And hopefully, yes, everything goes well. And then we can send these right away to Cody after he obviously performed the payment. I'll be right back. All right, guys, the repairs are done. I have done the connections and everything is ready to go the same way. I have not powered up the computer yet. So the same thing, we have downstream O2s here, upstream O2 here, and the fuel pump relay there. Now let me power up the computer. We don't have the 5-volt reference. Make sure everything is connected. Now let me connect to the scanner. I have the scanner there. Put them in my lap so I can do the reconnection. Looks like it's ready. Now we're going to enter the computer. All right, let's do the same thing, the key on engine on self-test. Loading the vehicle. 5-volt reference is good. Come on, scanner. Okay, so let me clear the DTCs because that didn't went through. And do it again. I don't see no response now. Kind of weird because it says loading the vehicle. You might have to reconnect. Yeah, I don't think this is doing it. It is actually saying that the O2 resistance is abnormal, but I don't see the actual test being done. Everything seems to be connected properly. Let me go over to the actuation tests to make sure that we can command the outputs. And nothing is working. Now, let me get out of here and reconnect because it's like it's not doing anything. And I didn't see the, usually when I power on, let me reestablish that. I should see a flashing and it's not happening. So I don't think this connection might have to recheck the solders on that. So give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, definitely one of the solder joints was not done properly. I'm glad I always run the test and everything. So let me just do it again. Now everything is powered off. I'm going to power it back on. And we can see now, you see that test right there? That means it's doing, because every time you cycle the battery off and on, that should happen. All right, so let's wait for the scan module to power on. I think we are there now. Enter the PCM one more time. Now we're going to do the self-test. Q and genome self-test. See, I wasn't getting these submenu before for some reason. Okay, now we're seeing that perfect. All right, so now this next time it should turn all on. Perfect, easy. That's exactly what we're looking for. That means everything is working 100%. You see, that is the test. I know now that we should only get the heater resistance, and that's normal, the P0053 and P0059. Why? Because I got test lights. I don't have the original O2 sensor, so the resistance is not the correct resistance, but the test goes through. So the computer is trying to activate, it's doing the activation. It says, okay, yeah, O2 heaters are there, but I'm not liking the resistance. You see, and it didn't fail. So that's perfect. So we no longer have the order fault code, so that is great. So this is definitely a full repair. Let me do now the actuation test. We're going to go into the output test. And let's click on, and instantly the air conditioning relay, which is that the slide, is on instantly, no longer that waiting time that we have in the beginning of the video. So yeah, Cody, your computer is now fully repaired. I hope that you guys like the content and see that this is what has separated my business from anyone in the world. There is nobody that does show you the before where I reproduce your problems and then do the repair. Because if I test a computer, and you have seen in multiple of my videos, if you follow my channel, where I test a computer, if I cannot reproduce a concern, then I don't perform repairs. And that's not telling you the computer is perfect, because yeah, it's many different variables that if I cannot reproduce, I'm not going to try to attempt a repair. Repairing what? Some people are like, oh, well, you give me an okay telling the computer is perfect. No, I never say that. I never say the computer is perfect, it's good to go, and you need to find something else. No, I give you recommendations. The computer can still fail, but if I cannot reproduce the concerns in here, what am I fixing? And this is where you have to understand that as a customer. But yes, what separates my business, my role of business in here, is that I show you when I'm able to reproduce a concern. Yes, this is your problem. I was able to reproduce it, and now it's completely fixed, like we did with Cody right here. Your computer is fully repaired. You can, with a peace of mind, connect this in the car, and it will be working 100%. I have no problems repairing these computers. No one come back ever. On these computers, the most 100% success rate. Again, if you're here in the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.